Hi everyone, I'm Brandy from the Chef Ann Foundation, and today I'm going to share with you a recipe for how to roast a whole chicken. Now, roasting a whole chicken is a really great thing to know how to do. It's pretty economical as buying a whole chicken is fairly inexpensive. You can control the flavor on it, and you're basically cooking it one time and getting 3 different meals out of it. So let's get started. Okay, first things first. I've got my oven preheating to 375 degrees. I think 375 degrees is the ideal setting for roasting really anything. If you want to go a little bit higher, that's fine as well. I've got my chicken in my roasting pan. If you don't have a pan exactly like this, any type of baking dish with shallow sides will do. I'm using a hormone and antibiotic-free chicken. You can really buy whole chickens any place. Your local grocery store, butcher shops, most farmers markets also sell them. I'm choosing an antibiotic-free chicken because I think that that's really the best quality that you can get. I am using a 5-pound bird, and a 5-pound bird should feed about 4 to 6 people. So first things first, I'm using a plain paper towel and I'm just going to pat the outside skin of my chicken. This is just going to draw out any of the moisture that might be on the skin, which really helps with crisping up the chicken skin when it's roasting. Next, I'm using about 2 ounces of olive oil, and using my pastry brush, I'm just going to brush the olive oil onto the skin of the chicken. This provides a little extra fat and a little extra flavor. It helps with the crispiness of the skin. Now, some people like to use butter. Some people like to put butter underneath the skin. I think olive oil works just fine, and I like it just on the outside. Now, this is where the fun comes in. You can really flavor your chicken any way you want. Sometimes I use barbecue seasoning. Sometimes I'll use a spicy Creole seasoning. Right now, today, I'm just using simple salt and pepper. I'm going for a really traditional flavor. So I'm using about a tablespoon or so of salt, maybe a teaspoon of pepper. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this pretty liberally all over the outside skin, some down inside the cavity like this, just to get as much flavor on the outside as I can. Then I'm using 1 whole lemon that I quartered. I'm going to stuff this inside the bird. This will help provide some extra flavoring. I'm using some fresh parsley. This is about 1/2 of a bunch. I'm also just going to insert that into the cavity as well. Put the remainder of my lemon in there as well. And as soon as my oven is preheated to 375, I'm just gonna pop it right in the oven. Now, one other important tip, anytime you're working with raw poultry of any type, it's really important that you're washing your hands anytime you touch it and really sanitizing your surfaces. Okay, my hands are washed, my surface is sanitized, my chicken is ready to pop into the oven. I'm gonna pop it into the oven uncovered, and I'll leave it for about 1.5 hours, and then I'll temp it. We're looking for 165 degree or higher temperature. So I'll see you back here in about 1.5 hours. Okay, so our chicken's been in the oven for just over 1.5 hours. Let's give it a check. The skin is crispy and golden. It looks like it's done, but I'm going to use a standard meat thermometer, and I'm going to insert it into one of the fattest parts of the chicken. You're looking for a temperature of at least 165 degrees, really when you're cooking any kind of poultry. My chicken is registering about 169, so it's ready. Now I'm just gonna let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before I cut into it. My chicken has been resting for about 10 minutes, so it's ready to enjoy. I've cut a nice leg section here that I'm going to have with a very simple green salad for my lunch. And then the fun comes in. There's so many different things you can do with a roast chicken. I'm probably either going to turn mine into a nice chicken salad that I'll enjoy over the next several days, or maybe even a pan of enchiladas. The options are endless. And then what I'll do is I'll take the bones and I'll let them simmer the rest of the day and turn it into a nice stock, which over the weekend will be a really great base for a chicken-themed soup. Thanks for joining me today and watching how we roast a chicken. See you next time.